Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Ricky Cadden back again with another free Friday stock review from Real Life Trading Australia. Guys, it's that time of the year again where we have our open house free week. Now this one is going for 2 weeks starting next week, Monday 22nd of March and closing on the 2nd of April. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I will be opening up the trading floor for you guys for free, and I will be giving out in-depth stock analysis, taking you through a whole bunch of strategies just to help give you a better edge of trading. It's entirely free, no obligation required, no credit card, etc. Just rock up and just enjoy the knowledge and enrichment that we are providing. Hope to see you guys there. But let's talk about the broader markets, guys, and what has been happening. Now, the SPY back here, you guys probably remember, or if you are a part of the trading room, you would have remembered that I said we are going to have a trade higher. I haven't actually moved this blue line, or aka Mr. Squiggles, for that fact. We have traded higher and retested. Now, this is the particular level I said we were coming back down to, the 10 and the 20 EMA. However, we are getting increasing volume, which to me is just showing that there's a little bit more bearishness happening in the market right now. We did get a phenomenal gap and go yesterday on the SPY, and we did trade a little bit lower. If you take a look at the E-minis, now the E-minis, huge sell-off, closing below the low of the previous 3 days. And right now, if you take a look at the 15-minute, we are just consolidating. Guys, this right here does not look extremely bullish. If we do take a look at the long terms, right now, what I do expect, if we do come back up to the 100 and the 200 on the 15-minute, and we get some price rejection at this level, expect there to be a little bit more of a sell-off on the E-mini. So if not, I would expect us to just kind of, trade sideways, maybe a little bit higher, and then break down. To me, makes a lot of sense. If you take a look at Apple, Apple falling almost 3.5% last night was a phenomenal gap and go, white candle gapping down. I will be talking about the different types of gaps in the free week trading floor. But guys, this was a phenomenal trade setup if you did trade this bearish as a day trade. I have been mentioning we're going to be coming back down to the 200 simple moving average for quite some time now. And it looks like we're going to be there. So we are still creating some lower highs, some lower lows. And at this point in time, guys, we're currently just trading within a range, trading sideways and building that pressure to slowly, eventually go higher. But Apple right now pulling back just a smidge. Now here's ROKU. ROKU actually really having a bit of struggle city right now. We are currently at the 100 simple moving average, having a 7.26% pullback. Strong close on the daily. If you take a look at the 100 simple moving average, we are sitting right on the edge of the 100 simple. So realistically, guys, if we don't bounce here at this particular level, or at least hold this level, I'd expect us to see a nice little pullback down to the 200 simple moving average. So if you are looking at picking up a few shares, back down here is probably going to be the level that you'd be looking at. If you take a look at the weekly chart, that's roughly the 50 EMA on the weekly. So around 266-ish if we do start to pull back quite heavily on ROKU. Here's the ASX 200. Now, ASX 200 throwing in a very nice hammer candle. Oops, cancel that. Throwing in a very nice hammer candle right here, straight off the 50. Still getting some fairly decent closes as we speak. But right now, guys, I would just be very, very neutral on the markets. We could very quickly just kind of roll back down and come back down to the 100 simple if the market does decide to take a little bit more of a shift to the bear side. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of other stocks that are turning around right now, though, Northern Star Resources. Look at the volume coming in today. 57 million shares. Wow, that is absolutely incredible. Huge volume. And if you take a look at the weekly chart, this is why. So on the weekly chart, this is Friday, guys. So we are closing very strong on the week. 111 million shares, and the majority of those were traded today. So just keep that in mind. There is a lot of big money being poured into this particular stock. Let's just take a look at we'll take a look at the 5 minute and see where all this kind of incurred. Pretty much throughout the entire day. Right here, it's all happened outside of the hours here. But right now, guys, Northern Star, huge volume. I mean, I expect us to start building some pressure down here on the weekly chart. We have not been down at the 200 simple moving average since 2014. I mean, this is absolutely incredible buying locations. You can see we are at this previous level of resistance, aka as support as well, and slowly starting to pick up a little bit of pace here. So, if you are looking at investing, Northern Star, this is going to be on your watch list for a buy low location. Make sure you guys do your fundamental analysis checks on Northern Star as well. Make sure they are in line with your plan. Here's Zero. Now Zero also back throwing in a really nice weekly Morningstar reversal pattern. This is just a phenomenal pattern right now. Take a look at the daily chart. We are back at the 200 simple moving average. I have been mentioning for some time now that this is my green buying zone. We've also actually had a decent sized pullback of about 30%, and slowly starting to pick up the volume. As you can see here, today we are traded about 762,000 shares. So really, really good here. I expect us to trade sideways that little bit longer, and then look to break out above the 100 simple very, very soon, and then look to trade bullish. Here's Crude Oil. Now Crude Oil, I mentioned, was looking a bit weak, and as you can see here, we actually did get a pretty fierce sell-off on crude, and we did end up coming back down to this $60 level, which I did mention as well in past reviews. Coming back down to the 50-day EMA, huge volume. If you take a look at the 15-minute, it was a pretty fierce sell-off in the morning. Throughout the evening, from about 9 o'clock, 9:30. We sold off from $64 all the way down to $59. Absolutely incredible. Just crazy pullbacks on crude. But I do hope that we do start to find some support here at the 50. It's the first time we've come back down to the 50 EMA for quite some time. Makes a lot of sense to consolidate here, guys. So just bear in mind, be patient, and make sure you are trading your plan. Gold is also still trading sideways. A little bit of volatility last night. You can see here we are a little bit of an indecision candle right now. The upper wicks, upper shadows are not showing too much bullish pressure on gold. If you take a look at the 15-minute, you can see here we had this nice little spike up, and basically rolled straight back down right at the following day. So at this point, guys, there's not creating any higher highs or higher lows just yet. At this point, you can see we are still trending down, and we could potentially continue this trend. But if you take a look at the weekly chart, long-term moving averages, we are sitting roughly about the 100 simple. So long-term looks okay for a bounce, but we'll just wait for the volume to kind of pick up. And last but not least, the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar I mentioned was going to be trading within a range here between 75-ish and 80 cents for the next few months, and I expect that to happen. We are still building this nice little inverted head and shoulders pattern. However, if this breaks down, that's going to kind of fail and then come back down to the 100 simple and then look to bounce. Alright guys, don't forget, sign up to the free week. It's completely free. I can't wait to see you guys there next week. Tell your friends, tell your family. It's entirely free, and I look forward to enriching your life. Alright guys, I'll be back next week, and until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. You guys rock. Bye.